You see it parked and you think, that can't be right. No long hood, no proper front end, just a flat face, a tall windshield, and a boxy silhouette that looks like it was drawn with a ruler. Then it starts rolling through a tight street. It turns where a long-nosed truck would struggle. It docks smoothly. It threads through corners like it belongs there. And suddenly the boxy shape stops looking strange. It starts looking inevitable. This is the world of cab-over trucks, machines that quietly changed transportation by changing one simple idea: where the driver sits. What cab-over really means. Cab-over engine means exactly what it sounds like. The cab is placed over the engine instead of behind it. That removes the long hood, shortens the overall length, and changes the vehicle's entire geometry. To people raised on classic American long-nosed trucks, cab-overs can feel unnatural. But to the industries that depended on them, delivery fleets, docks, city routes, logistics, cab-overs weren't weird. They were the smarter tool. The real reason they exist. Length is money. The cab-over story begins with one brutal truth. Length is money. In a city, every inch of space matters. In logistics, every foot of cargo capacity matters. In shipping and delivery, the ability to carry more without becoming longer can be the difference between profit and loss. Cab-overs make that possible. If you reduce the front overhang, you can increase cargo area while staying within length limits. You can maximize payload space without expanding your footprint. That's why these trucks spread across the world. They were designed for reality, not romance. Maneuverability, the secret superpower. Cab-overs turn differently. The driver sits closer to the front axle, visibility changes, and the truck pivots in tighter spaces. That matters when you're delivering in crowded streets, backing into loading bays, or working in busy industrial yards. The shape isn't only about looks. It's about movement. A cab-over can feel like a forklift with a license plate. A long-nosed truck can feel like a ship. Both have strengths. But when the environment is tight and unforgiving, the cab-over wins quietly, every day. The view from the driver's seat. Sit in a cab-over and the world feels closer. You're perched forward, almost above the road. You can see corners differently. You feel the vehicle's boundaries in a way that long hoods can hide. There's also a psychological effect. Cab-overs feel like work machines. Direct, purpose-built, minimal wasted space. They don't try to look heroic. They try to be useful. And that honesty is part of why they've become iconic in their own quiet way. Why they look so boxy. Packaging and practicality. Cab-over shapes often look flat and upright because of packaging. The cab must contain driver space, engine access, and safety structure. The windshield tends to be large. The corners tend to be squared. The body reads like architecture more than sculpture. And yes, that can look less romantic than a long hood and sweeping fenders. But it creates an industrial beauty. The beauty of something designed to solve a problem, not to impress a showroom. That's why restored cab-overs feel so striking at events. They look like moving monuments to work. The trade-offs. Nothing comes free. Cab-over designs have downsides. Engine noise and heat are closer to the driver. Service access can be more complex, often requiring the cab to tilt or open. Ride comfort can be harsher because the driver sits closer to the front axle. And in some conditions, long-nose trucks can offer better crash structure in the front. So why did cabovers still thrive? Because in many industries, the advantages outweighed the costs. Work demanded efficiency first. How they changed cities without being famous. Most people don't realize how much cabovers shaped daily life. They delivered food, mail, supplies, and tools. They stocked stores before dawn. They moved goods in port cities. They built the invisible network that makes modern living possible. Long-nose trucks became cultural icons because they looked dramatic on highways. Cabovers became quietly essential because they worked in the spaces where the world actually happens. Streets, alleys, docks, industrial yards. Their legacy is not glamour. Their legacy is infrastructure. The global truck, not the local truck. Cabovers also represent a global design language. In many parts of the world, tight roads and regulations made cabovers the default. They evolved into refined, efficient machines that dominated city logistics. This is why cabovers feel normal in one region and strange in another. Different continents produced different truck cultures. Different cultures produced different shapes. Cabovers are proof that design is geography. Why they're timeless now. Today, cabovers are gaining new appreciation. Collectors and enthusiasts see what they represent. A period when utility dictated form. When trucks were engineered for work before image. And when the shapes of cities and rules of industry directly shaped what rolled through the streets. They're also visually unforgettable. A clean cabover with restored paint and sharp lines looks like a vintage machine from a future that never fully arrived. The quiet revolution. Cabover trucks didn't change the world with spectacle. They changed it with math, space, and daily repetition. They turned tighter. They carried more. They worked where work actually happens. They made cities function. So the next time you see a Boxy cabover and your first thought is that it looks wrong, pause for a second. That truck is the shape of a solution. A solution so effective that it reshaped logistics street by street for decades. And that is how the Boxy trucks quietly changed the world. If this story spoke to you, subscribe to Timeless Treasures for more premium automotive legends. And tell me in the comments, which rare machine would you want to see uncovered next, and why?